Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. I hope you all are doing really good. And today we are here with yet another government scheme that is important for all the examination point of view. And the name of the scheme is PM Fasal Bima Yojana, right? So if we convert this into English, if we translate it, the scheme would be? It would be Fasal. It means what? It means crop, right? And what is Bima? Bima is insurance. So what would be the name? It would be this scheme. It is related to crop insurance. So why was it introduced? Why we need to study? Why was it in news? And what are its key feature? Everything that we are going to study in this whole this chapter. And why so? Because it is important from every examination point of view. As you can see in the slide also, in some examination particularly ministry is asked, or maybe the launch date, while in some what is the nodal ministry. So considering each examination in which this scheme could be asked, we have made this particular chapter, and we'll study accordingly. I'll tell you what kind of things they are asked in which kind of examination. But for now, let's get started. All right. um, Before that, to our new audience, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of every lecture that we provide on YouTube, and the link to which it is given in the description box below. All right. Yeah, and before that, before proceeding forward, currently we are offering 40% off plus 10% extra off on all our courses. And to avail this offer, you have to use the code E10, and this is available till 10th of October 2021. Yes, Anil, we are also waiting for the result. Soon it is going to announce. We are hopeful for that. And regarding about the cutoffs and everything, we already have a separate playlist, and if not, you can contact us at hello@edutap for such queries. Now, about this Fasal Bima Yojana, that is the crop insurance scheme. First of all, why was it introduced? What was the need of it to be introduced, right? So, if we go for a car, let's say you buy a car or a scooty or a bike, anything, any vehicle, you have to do insurance of that, right? And every year you have to renew it, even if you do not utilize it, right? Why? Because in case something happens to the car or scooty, if some damage occurs, that damage will be covered by what? Insurance, which is which is then becomes helpful for us, or which reduce the burden of extra money, right? So insurance, it is very important during which time? During some accident, if they occur. Similarly, nowadays medical insurance are also taking people are also taking medical insurance, right? Why? Because there are so many diseases that are occurring in nature. It is important to have a medical insurance as well. Similarly, what does this crop insurance means? Ensuring your crop against any calamity, right? If something happens, basically, why was it introduced? There are two major reasons for that, right? One is the agriculture variability, the second is the price fluctuation. What does it mean? The weather of India, it is very uncertain, right? It can happen that just before harvesting, heavy rain occurs and all the field is destroyed. Apart from that, if we don't go for rain, hail occurs. Hail in Hindi, it's known as ole padte hain, right? Apart from that, dry spells. There are many factors due to which the crop which is grown by the farmer, it can be destroyed due to multiple reasons, and that is why we need an insurance for that. Why? Because the farmer has already invested all its money while preparing the land, while cultivating it, right? But now when he had to get the results, what has happened? The crop has been destroyed, the harvest has been destroyed. Now what will he do, right? And that is why we need a particular insurance, so that the farmer have security that if for once my crop it failed to give me whatever result it should have given me, at least I have a backup which will cover all the expenses that I have made while preparing the land or while cultivating this crop, right? That is why this particular thing it was introduced with this thought process. Secondly is about price fluctuation. A farmer may not get enough money which he should get for that particular crop, right? And that is why he must have a backup, he must have an insurance that if he do not get whatever he deserve, he will at least have a backup, he will at least have a source of income, not income but yes a backup which will recover the losses that have been made during the cultivation of crop. Even after harvesting, sometimes what happens, the farmer has harvested the crop, now uh, then he has you can say kept them in jute bags, right? We have jute bags, he has kept that in jute bags but before pardon for my drawing, right, but before selling them, what happened, rain occurred, because he did not have any go down or a storage area, the whole whatever packing that he has done, it got wet by the rain, and now that crop has been destroyed or that yield has been destroyed, right? So it covered, this crop insurance covers everything. Basically it is to promote farmer that please do not stop farming just because of these instances, because even if some things happen, we are there to cover all the losses that have been made, right? So this was the a thought process behind this. Now why we need to study this, what was in news recently? So basically this particular scheme, it has been in news for past few months. First, in July 2021, where a crop insurance awareness campaign it was run, right? What happened, see, this Fasal Bima Yojana, it has overtaken the previous insurance scheme, okay? That was national, its name was National Agriculture Insurance Scheme, right? So what happened, this National Agriculture Insurance Scheme, it was introduced in 1999 and then modified, then its second form, that was modified National Agriculture Insurance Scheme, it was in 2010. Now what happened, because there were many shortcomings in this scheme, then this Fasal Bima Yojana was made, which replaced these, right? Why? One more reason to replace this was, during this time, see, many people, they are not aware of crop insurance, right? Because this is something unique, insuring a crop, right? So at that time when these two schemes they were prevailing, only 23% farmer knew that this concept is there, right? So that is why this time for Fasal Bima Yojana, this insurance campaign, it was run before the kharif season, so or kharif sowing, that was in July, right? So that more people know about this insurance and more people, they are involved in this insurance, and maybe because now they have some assurity that their expenses would be covered in case of any losses, they will come forward to do agriculture, right? So this was so many pamphlets were distributed during this particular campaign, many photos, many awareness programs were made to let farmers aware of this particular scheme. Apart from that, in September, why was it in news? And mind this is very important, because one more clause has been added to this particular scheme, that is, it will also cover the losses that is due to the attack by wild animals. What is this? Basically, until now, until September 2021, if, because see, every insurance they would have some terms and conditions, right? That in which condition they will give the insurance and which condition they won't provide. So before, it was, the clause said, if the crop or the field has been damaged by animals, this insurance will not cover that loss, right? But now in the September, this new point has been added, that yes, if the crop loss occurred due to the attack by wild animals, this particular scheme or this particular yojana will cover the loss. Okay, so that is why these two current affairs, they are important from RBI point of view, from NABARD point of view. And because this is an agriculture scheme, that is why if you're going for any agriculture examination, you should be aware of this. All right, so this second point, it was included in September 2021. Right, now we will know about more about this particular crop. We'll go one by one with the launch date. If you are going for any agriculture exam, especially for IBPS examination, be it AFO, or if FCI is again conducted by IBPS, then you should also remember the date. In case of other examination, you should know the launch year. So the date is 13th January 2016, right? While in some cases, means this was launched in 13 January, but the guidelines, they were later introduced in February. So most probably the chances would be this 13 January only. But in case if the question asks about the guideline, then it is 18th February, although that is not much important as this 13 January, and that is why I haven't included it in the PPT. Right. Next, what is important from RBI specially and point of view is about the nodal ministry and NABARD also. RBI and NABARD always ask what is the nodal ministry. See, if you're going for agriculture examination, everything is important, right? Because if you're going for agriculture examination, you should know about what scheme is related to what and everything about it. But especially for RBI case, because it is not like that these agriculture scheme would come in agriculture examination only. RBI also ask it, and it focuses on nodal ministry as well. So which is the nodal ministry? It is the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare that run this particular scheme. Union budget, it is important for NABARD, it is important for IBPS, AFO, it is also important for any other agriculture examination, FCI, whatever, JRF. No, sorry, JRF would not cover this, right? But apart from that, rest. Next is, so what is the budget? It is 16,000 crore for, mind you, the budget is for 2021-2022. All right, so this is the union budget for this. Next comes, what is the implementing agency? Implementing agency is multiple insurance company, means there is no one implementing agency, but various insurance company, they have tied hands, or they have been now become the part of the scheme, not as in they have come under, but yes, they have shown interest to offer the insurance policy to the farmers, and they come under Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare only, right? These insurance companies, this could be private, this could be government, but they all come under Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare only. Next, what is the aim? What is the aim? Why was this particular Yojana, it was introduced to support production in agriculture, right? Why is it supporting how is it supporting agriculture production? Because it is giving an assurance that do invest in agriculture, if some losses happen, we are there, right? So that is why it is supporting production in agriculture. And how? By providing an affordable crop insurance, something that is affordable. What is does this affordable mean? I'll explain this in detail in the next slide, but for now just understand that it gives affordable means a farmer can give that premium which is required for this particular scheme. It is that affordable for the farmer, and to ensure comprehensive risk cover for the crop. So it is what is the aim of this Yojana or this scheme? That it will increase agriculture production, and how it will do so? By providing an affordable crop insurance. Means see, if I was a farmer and this scheme has been introduced, but the premium, और यू कैन से जो किस्त होती है ना, जो आपको देनी पड़ती है किसी भी इंश्योरेंस में, या किसी भी आपने कोई भी अगर बीमा करा रखा हो उसमें, सो दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रीमियम, राइट? I know about the scheme, but that premium is so high that cannot afford it, right? So there would be no motive of this aim, of this scheme, right? So this particular Yojana, it provides affordable crop insurance. So I can afford it, then I will make insurance of my crop, and then I will start cultivating. So in this way, production will increase, as well as to ensure comprehensive risk cover. If for once I bear losses, that insurance will cover it, right? This is the aim. Next is okay, I'll also cover the AFO strategy in any other session, right? I'll cover one strategy session for AFO as well. Next comes objective of it. So for objective, I would say these are the following that are very important. First of all, providing financial support to farmers suffering crop loss damage arising out of unforeseen events. See, basically, what are these unforeseen events? For example, anything, for example, wild animals, they have attacked the land, right? That is unforeseen. Or for example, lightning occurs, earthquake occurs, anything that is unforeseen. So this objective is to provide financial support in those cases. Next is stabilizing the income of farmers to ensure their continuance in farming. See this word continuance, what this means. For example, this year, if this crop this scheme was not there, this insurance scheme was not there, what I'll do, if I had loss this year, I may not opt agriculture next year, because I knew I have loss already, I had bear a loss because of that. But if I have an insurance, even though this year my yield was not good, but that insurance had covered the loss, next year I may think of doing agriculture again, because if for once again that situation occurs, I know I'll have my back, right? So that is why to have continuance in farming, the farmer, it will continue to do so. Next is encouraging farmers to adopt innovative and modern agriculture practice. What happens when when a person is relaxed that yes, I'll get money from somewhere, even from my harvest, or maybe not, if not it, from the insurance that I have done, that person becomes creative, because that person is relaxed. So when the farmer, he is relaxed, that he does not have to worry about will the crop will grow or not, he will do many of the innovations, he will adopt many new techniques to have better techniques in his field, right? Next is to ensuring credit worthiness of farmer crop diversification. See, what does this word mean? Crop diversification. Every year a farmer is growing same piece, same type of crop, because he knows that this particular crop will grow in this particular area, and he would not bear loss, means he would have something to sell, right? But if I would have insurance, I can do experiment with my field. I can think that this year maybe I should try some new crop, right? Even if it does not grow, don't know, I need not to worry, I have an insurance, right? So this is a crop diversification. If you have an insurance, you are relaxed, you can experiment, you can do many experiment with your fields, you can try new varieties, you can try new crops, right? And for example, if you go for Punjab region per se, or in Punjab region, maximum people, they grow wheat, right? Because they know that this is there is a surety, there is a security in that, right? But if they have insurance, they can now think of something new, trying something new. Why? Because something new, because everybody is growing wheat, and now they come up with something new, some new variety, maybe new crop. What would happen? Maybe it would be a risk taking thing, but that risk would give them more money also. They know if I grow something new, I'll get more money. But they were afraid that if that does not happen, I'll have nothing. But now they have insurance, so they can try new things, right? So this is the very important thing of this particular, right? Next comes an enhancing growth and competitiveness of agriculture sector beside protecting the farmers from produce risk. Okay, how competitiveness would become? Because now more people will be engaging in agriculture, because they have their back covered by this insurance. So when competition grows, the quality of the product also enhances, as well as anything after, because agriculture, that is a primary sector, secondary and tertiary sector also gets benefit from that. Now we will come some key features of this particular Fasal Bima Yojana. Right. So there will be a uniform premium of only 2% to be paid for all Kharif crops, 2% for Kharif crops, 1.5% for Rabi crops, and 5% in case of annual. What does it mean? Means how much the farmer has to pay. For example, this time it happens that every season, before every season, be it Kharif or Rabi season, the insurance company or the government, they release a notified crop. For example, I'll give you this example. For example, this time the notified crop was per se wheat, right? And the government, they say that the insurance, it would be 50,000. Now how much the farmer has to pay, that is it is calculated by 50, this one. Then how much percent, that is for rabi crop, it is for Rabi. Okay, this is in 1.5. I'll give you some simple example, so that because if you go for in point wise and everything, that would be complicated. For wheat, it is 50,000. Now wheat, sorry, rice is a what? It is a kharif crop. So what a percent of kharif need to be given? That is 2%. So now it will be 2 upon 100, right? And then for example, that farmer, he had 2 hectare of land. So I'll write 2 here. So how much he would have to pay? 5 to the 10, 10 to the 20. Right? And this yeah, so the farmer, he would have to pay 2,000 only for the scheme, and the rest will be given by whom? That will be given by the government. So this what this scheme says, that whatever percent here it is written for Rabi, it is 1.5, and for annual commercial crops and horticulture crops, they are 5%. So what would happen? This much percent, so you know how to calculate it. This is how much land that person has, this is how much percent it has been included, and this is what this is the amount that has been notified by the government. So initial schemes, what was it? In the initial schemes, the government, they have a upper limit. What is that upper limit? That for example, their upper limit was 2 lakh. So if a farmer had any loss that was within 2 lakh or 2 lakh, the government would pay everything. But if the farmer had beared the loss above 2 lakh, the government still would pay 2 lakh only, right? So the rest of the losses, that would be beared by the farmer. But that was in the previous scheme. But now in this Fasal Bima Yojana, whatever be the losses, except for the one that the farmer has to give, this is the premium that the farmer has to give, right? So apart from this premium, whatever be the money, that would be paid by the government only. Alright, so this is what this particular scheme says. Now second is the premium rates to be paid by farmer are very low. As you can see, for 50,000 insurance, they just have to pay 2,000. Will be very low, and the rest will be paid by what? The rest will be paid by the government to provide full insurance and amount to the farmers against crop loss. So the rest would be covered by the government, so that if the loss occur, the farmer, it would have the complete insurance for the crop loss. Next is, there is no upper limit, that I have already explained. Even if the balance premium is 90%, means for example what, even if the government have to pay the 90% of the insurance of the loss, they would still have to give it. Initially there was no such provision. Next is, the use of technology will be encouraged, again because this provides a back to the farmers. That is why they would be very encouraged to try new technologies in this field. Now if we go for what are the inclusion initial, what are the things that would that this particular yojana would cover, and what are the exclusion? For example, natural storm in an area of cyclone agar, typhoon agar, or hurricane agar, and the crop has been destroyed because of that, that will be included, that will be covered by this yojana. If there, in cases of drought, in cases of pest attack, in cases of natural fire, in cases of floods, or in case lightning as well, and in case of post harvest loss. What is post harvest loss? The example that I gave you of the gunny bags, of the jute bags, in which after harvesting, crops have been kept, and due to the rain or due to various other reason, that has been destroyed, right? So that post harvest loss are also covered in this. And one more thing that has been added in September 2021 is which one? That is due to the wild animals attack, right? So this has also been included in this. And next is the exclusion, what are not included. In case of war, if the crop damage occurs, this insurance will not cover it. Next is riots and thefts, in case of somebody have theft in the field, okay, or some riots between the two communities, or per se two people, two family, whatever has occurred, and due to that this particular crop has been destroyed, this will not cover that. In case of nuclear risk and malicious damage, for means in case of someone intentionally someone has done that, in that case also this will not be covered. All right. So this was all about this Fasal Bima Yojana that you should know for any examination point of view. All right. So we'll come again with another schemes that are important from all the examination point of view. Until then, keep studying.